Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to Unveil Paranormal News.
Go.
How are tonight? We're doing something a little different.
Yeah, just go over to Unveil's page because mine's still not working right. So
Oh,
I'll just
Brad's page is not working right.
yeah.
So we won't see your comments during the show. Sorry guys.
So go over to the Unveil page if you want to watch and
Yes,
comment.
please do. Welcome everybody. Appreciate you all. I hope everybody is having a good week. It's been okay, busy, slow as shit. How about you, Brad? How's your week gone?
Monday was okay. Monday evening sucked. I took a mental health day Thursday or
Tuesday?
Tuesday. Time went fast today. So I guess average.
Just average?
Yeah.
Nah, it's been real wild this week for me personally. Very slow though, like a very slow fucking week.
My
I
work day,
cannot.
my actual work day went fast today at least. So, but
Yeah,
just life in general has been average.
average. Nice. Well, I don't know. I'm tonight is kind of like a chill night for those of you tuning in. We we're going to do the news and all that fun stuff, but literally I am exhausted from this week.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, Brad, maybe we should just chill and talk spooky and talk about like things we have coming up, events we're going to be at, investigations. We could talk about some of our stories, our residentials, our hunts, our
Yeah,
whatever we want to talk about tonight.
I'm totally down for that because I have
And
some new residentials coming up. I have some events I'm going to. So,
nice. So just a chill night. If any of our friends are in the chat and they want to jump in and join on the little conversation, that's fine. But instead of just canceling the show for the evening, we're like, you know what? Let's just have a chill night, and that's a good thing.
mm-hmm.
So, and then of course we'll be back to our regularly scheduled program next week. So if you're here for the news, sorry.
Yeah, there's events. They're coming up. We just didn't share them this week.
Yes. Do you know of any this weekend? I can't think of any this week that we would have needed to share anyways.
Not that I can think of. Because I'm not actually investigating this weekend. I'm investigating Friday night this week. So
Right. I don't have an investigation until May 18th.
yay! I know where that is.
Yeah, which by the way, I forgot to tell you. I might have some openings still.
Oh, okay.
Invite more friends. So if you get an email from me or a message from me or Brad about the 18th, you've been invited.
You can bring Kool-Aid to this location too, I was told.
Yes, totally bring Kool-Aid for this one specifically.
I believe it was great. I believe it was either cherry or grape flavor that was used down in Guyana. So
I really hope it was not grape flavored Kool-Aid because I am not a fan.
What's up, Sky?
What's up, Sky? Welcome. We're having a chat tonight, just chilling and chatting. If you want to add to the conversation, you're more than welcome. So you're gonna be investigating this weekend, you said.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Friday night.
I'm doing a private home of a fellow investigator. She just moved into this house earlier this year. She's had kind of weird experiences. She has this. It feels like time moves slow there.
Interesting. Welcome, Travis.
So we're going to. What's going on, Travis? Both Travises.
Both Travises. Oh, it's not live on YouTube. I don't know what's up with that. That's all right. You'll just have to watch here.
So, yeah. So she's been having like time moving slow in her house. So I've come up with some plans to test that with hourglasses.
Yeah. So you're doing that experiment.
Yeah. So I have like identical hourglasses. I'm going to have one in the house, one outside the house. We're going to time it so we turn them over at the same time and see how it goes. I also ordered shorter ones that aren't a full hour. I ordered some 15-minute ones and some 5-minute ones so we can do the test multiple times without having to wait a whole hour each time.
You know, I've heard of some people having experiences at certain locations where time just doesn't seem the same. Like it's either it's really fast or they lose time.
Right.
Somehow. So I don't know. Have you ever had that experience?
Occasionally, not super often, but the person who lives there says, "Hey, this is kind of how it feels." So
yeah,
the house is in a super creepy little town too. that has a lot of history too. So I'm kind of excited about that. Plus, she just found out that her house is a lot older than she originally thought.
Nice.
That it used to be used as a farmhouse.
Okay.
And they used to like raise animals on her land. So
and I know in general speaking, she is in Amish country. Does she know if an Amish family lived there, perhaps, or is it not one?
That I don't know.
Okay.
I have the address, so I might have you do some research after the show since I know you like doing research on locations. So
I do for sure. That's awesome.
So yeah, that's my plan for this weekend.
So it's kind of like residential, but not really.
Right. It's residential with someone who has lots of experience in the paranormal. So
yeah, for sure. I bet you guys will have a blast.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Yeah.
So what's after that then? Our investigation?
Yes, I believe so. That's the 18th.
Yep.
That's the next one.
Awesome.
I have 2 things going on the 18th, so I'm doing.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah, but they're like 4 hours apart, so I can't do both. So I'm going to Lynn instead of the other one. Yeah. But yeah, me and my team got invited to go down and investigate this former Bible college.
Really?
That it's in a small town that has in southern Indiana that has all kinds of crazy activity. I've been to the small town many times to do like lead public tours of a known haunted house down there. Well, they let us stay in one of the cottages for the Bible college.
Okay.
And we had weird stuff happen while we were there. Like we literally had the front door unlock itself and open a couple different times. Like John's a smoker, so John was sleeping on the couch downstairs, and I'm in one of the bedrooms that has there's enough beds in this house, like 15, 20 beds. So it's a huge house. They're all bunk beds. It's for kids to come down there for camp, and they use the house for other people to sleep in.
Yeah.
So one morning I wake up after doing the whole tours all night, and I come down and the front door standing wide open. I'm like, did you go outside and smoke? He's like, I've not even been out of this couch, man. I'm like, the front door standing wide open.
Oh.
So we're like, that's weird. So we shut the front door, lock it from the inside, leave out the back door, which is the door we always use, come back after being out and about and down there, and come back, and I unlock the back door, and I look, and you can see from the back door straight to the front door, and that front door is standing wide open again.
Really?
And I know I locked it from the inside.
That's wild. Did you have to go back and lock it then?
Yeah, we went back and locked it. We've stayed in it a couple times since then too, and it's just you always get the weird feeling of people walking up and down the stairs, and so that's actually one. They're doing multiple buildings for this college, and that's actually one of the buildings I think they're gonna investigate.
Oh, that's awesome! That sounds like fun.
Couple of my team. Yeah, I'm not going, but some of my team's going down there.
Are they? Good.
Yeah.
Good.
So if things happen in the future, we'll have a foot in the door so we can go down again.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. Welcome. So I want to ask you something. about, because we don't talk that much about mediumship and like abilities and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
This weird thing did happen to me Monday night at my house, because we're talking about people's houses being haunted or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you know, kind of a little bit about like some of the stuff I experienced in my house really isn't that bad. So,
Right.
but let's talk about manifestation for a second, because my house doesn't have a lot of activity, but that evening, so I was going from my kitchen into my living room,
Okay.
and yeah, you've been here, you know what it looks like. I've washed some dishes over the weekend, and they've been sitting the same way the whole time. Like nothing's happened. They haven't moved, nothing. So obviously that was an intense evening, and I'm just walking through here, no big deal, but I'm feeling a little stressed out. And suddenly I hear something crash in my kitchen.
Hmm.
So I go in there because I'm like, what the hell was that? Like, it was out of nowhere. I go back in there, and all the pans had fallen clear over, and one of the whisk flew off the counter.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I was thinking about it. Do you think manifestation, when you're emotional, happens? Because I don't know. Were you?
So none of the cats were. Neither of the cats were in there.
Don't get on the counter.
Hmm.
My cats don't ever get on the counter.
Okay, and the dogs don't ever get up there.
They don't get up there. Yeah.
Hmm.
And I wondered.
Maybe.
I'm gonna ask Brad his theory on this. Is it possible? Do you think it's possible that people with abilities or are very in tune with their surroundings, so to speak?
I mean, that would be like telekinesis, causing stuff to move.
They can manifest or project that in some way inadvertently.
Yeah, I totally think that's possible. I totally think telekinesis is possible. Making stuff move with just your mind, even if you're not even like focused on it. Just, I mean, I've had like burst of energy at locations between me and someone else, and we both felt it. Like to the point we like jumped back and we're like, you felt that too, and like it's actually, I mean, I think it's possible.
I'm just curious because I don't know if you remember the first time I went to the guy or the second time. Remember when that swarm of bugs showed up out of nowhere and I was in a really crazy mood?
I don't remember that. I don't remember that.
It was on the drive back or on the drive.
Oh, that was the drive. Geyer. That was the drive down to Geyer. Yeah. Yes, I do remember that.
Right after I got some really bad news, and I was
because we drove through that. We were driving down that little country road from Newcastle down to Louisville. Mm-hmm. Yes, I do remember driving through that swarm of bugs. We were in different cars. We were in different cars even.
I know. I always love to think of these crazy ideas like that are totally out there, but it's like, what if, a coincidence like that is not a coincidence. So it's just curious to me. I wonder if anybody else has ever experienced that, where it's like you just have an intense emotion, and next thing you know, something that may seem paranormal happens, which I do believe that we've been to residentials where just that thing is happening. It's people who are very emotional. They're up. They got a bunch of highs, lows. Maybe they're bipolar, manic, whatever. And they're having these situations occur in their house. And I've often wondered if it's manifestation.
I totally think people can manifest stuff happening around them.
Yeah. So, I mean, let us know what you guys think. Seems to ramp up activity when I'm feeling some type of way. Yep. It's interesting. It's not like, now I understand the emotion anxiety is going to make you more paranoid, and therefore you're going to be paying more attention to your surroundings. But I'm talking about not just anxiety. I'm talking about super happy, super mad, super sad,
Like any great fluctuation in emotions, both high and low.
Right. Any strong emotion. I'm just curious, like.
Yeah, I totally think it can make stuff happen. I've always wanted to have telekinetic powers, like make stuff move on its own. Like
fun.
It would be awesome. Yeah. I have yet to make anything move though, but I still try every now and then just because I'm like, I know I can do this. I just have to work on it more.
Would that be your number one choice, like of a superpower?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've always wanted to do it. It's like ever since I was a little kid, it's like I think I can move stuff with my mind. So
Yeah. I am a fan of flying. Like, I hate flying. I'm scared to do it. I've never flown. So if I wanted a superpower, it'd be to fly, just so that I could fly.
okay.
Because I'm too scared to actually get in a plane.
Yeah, I flew for by myself for the first time last August, and it was like, this isn't fun by myself.
No. Do you think it'd
Yeah.
be better if you had somebody with you?
Well, yeah, I've flown with people before. That was just my first time
okay.
ever flying by myself.
It's not as good, huh?
Just going through the TSA and making sure I got to the gate on time. It heightened my anxiety a lot, and it was just like, I don't like this by myself. It's cool with
Right.
my mom. It's cool with my sister. It's been cool with some of
Right.
my friends, but it's not a fan of it doing it solo.
Yeah. How many times have you flown?
Let's see. To and from Dallas in August. To and from Florida 4 times. So I've flown a total of 10 times total.
Wow, it's a lot.
Yeah, it's not really a lot.
Not for some, but to me, that's a lot of flying.
Yeah, the worst flight I ever had was from one time we were going to Orlando and we flew from Indy to Dallas and had to run across DFW, which is a huge airport.
Yeah.
Literally jump on another plane, and then that flight from DFW to Orlando was the roughest flight I'd ever been on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was as we were going over the Gulf, it had super bad turbulence. People were screaming. Kids were throwing up. Kids were throwing up. It was bad.
Ew. Oh.
Yeah, the kid right in front of me threw up on the flight attendant. It was ugly.
Yeah, that sucks so much. Yeah. Maybe one day I'll fly. Maybe. We'll see. Yeah. If I can drive it, I'll drive it.
It gets you places quicker than driving, so.
Right. Well, because there's places like I would love to check out the Winchester House. I don't know why.
So in California?
Yeah, it's in California. It's a long ways away. For some reason, I'm just intrigued by it.
Mm-hmm.
Probably because of the whole mental health aspect behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Huge fan of exploring that, obviously. So, just it'd be cool to check it out. Of course, that'd be like a 2-day drive.
You're right. Yeah, that one would be. I would get on a plane. I cannot ride in a car that long. I would go absolutely insane, and my legs would hurt so bad I couldn't walk for days afterwards.
Right. What's a location that you want to see, but you'd have to fly to?
Probably, I don't think I'd want to drive to the Stanley Hotel. I'd like to see the Stanley and stay in the Stanley, but I'm not doing their ghost hunt there. It's really limited. Yeah. You only get certain access to certain parts. Like the team there stays with you. So I'd like to see the building, but it's not one I would actually want to investigate.
And for those who don't know where that's at, where is that located?
In Estes Park, Colorado, outside of Denver.
Yeah. That would be a cool place to check out.
It's where it's based on, it's the actual hotel that The Shining's based on, the Stephen King book.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I heard that. Yeah, I would love to go overseas, of course. I'd love to check out like all the castles and all the stuff, but I mean, probability of me actually going.
I would probably fly if I went down to St. Augustine Lighthouse too.
That would be good.
Yeah, that'd be another one I'd fly down to. I mean, I've driven in a car all the way to Wilmington, North Carolina to do the USS North Carolina, investigate it for 8 hours, and literally drove right back home. So.
Oh my gosh, that sounds awful.
Yeah, and I was sick the entire time.
Oh.
That was 2018 when I had such bad anxiety. I was sick like 24/7.
Really? That sucks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Dramamine was my friend. I slept the entire way there. I was awake to see the ocean. I was awake to see the tour of the boat. Then I slept on the boat. Then we got in the car and I slept all the way home.
Oh, wow.
And we stopped and saw Mothman twice.
Yeah. Yes, New Orleans. See, I would even drive there.
Yeah, I mean, it's about a day's drive. I'd like to see New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
That would be one I would be okay to road trip to, just because there's other places to stop on the way down there.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I would definitely, like, even when I've thought about going to Florida, because I know it's like 18 hours or something like that. I even, I'm like, I'll make it a 2-day drive. So, yeah, I definitely love to check out New Orleans. That would be really cool.
Yeah, I'd like to see I'd like to see St. Louis Cemetery #1, definitely. That's one of the above ground cemeteries.
Yeah. There's I've learned a lot about a lot of locations updating the website. Like just so like I recently did Louisiana, and there was this one that's posted on there that is so cool. I really want to go. I can't remember what it's called, but I have it posted on there, and it's like really old and neat looking, and definitely want to check it out.
Another place I'd like to go visit is Savannah, Georgia.
Oh yeah, I've heard good things about them.
Yeah, I've heard Savannah is pretty haunted, so that's another place I'd like to go visit sometime.
Yep, Salem probably, perhaps. Gettysburg, I guarantee you should go.
Yeah, I definitely want to go to Gettysburg.
Yeah.
I still want to go to. I still want to go to New York.
New York City?
No, not New York City. To like upstate New York.
Okay. You are going to New York, remember?
Not anymore.
Oh.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
Yep, not anymore.
I did not know this.
I didn't know it till a couple hours ago, so.
Oh, okay.
I'm okay with it. It's a valid reason,
it's all gravy.
Yeah, it's all good.
You know where I do want to go up that way? Niagara Falls, just to see it.
Yeah, Niagara Falls is like an hour and a half away from Wildwood Sanitarium. So
is it? Okay.
Yeah, we looked into that.
Okay. Yeah, I just love to go see it. Like, I know there's probably some haunted aspect there because there's been a lot of suicides there, and all that. But did I tell you, by the way? Speaking of that, did I tell you the history of Gettysburg? They have a high suicide rate.
Yeah, you did mention that. You mentioned that on your live when you did their...
Okay. Because I thought that was, like, I expected to go there and hear all about the battles and stuff, but I kept feeling that, and I was like, why do I feel like all this suicide stuff just, like, kept popping up in my brain? And then we looked it up, and it's because they actually do have a very high suicide rate in Gettysburg.
I still guarantee that photo you took of the guy on the front porch of that one building.
Yeah.
I swear that's a spirit.
Yeah, I know. Everybody was debating it. But, that's why we do this, That's why we post this stuff.
Yeah, he's super translucent. He doesn't look he fits in. And he could be, he even looks somewhat modern, so he could have been one of the suicides even.
True.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. So I was going to tell you, I've been having these stints of terrible dreams.
Mm-hmm.
I had one of the most amazing dreams the other night that was actually good.
Oh, good.
And it was after I had asked. So I don't know how often. I know you aren't really like religious. Maybe some of the viewers are stuff, but do you ever just ask?
I live next door to a church. I live next door to a church. That's close enough for me.
you go inside, you might catch fire, right?
That very first time I actually went to church, that was my theory. That's what I was testing.
But let me ask you this.
Okay.
How often do you ask the universe for guidance?
Occasionally.
Okay. Yeah.
What's Amel?
What the fuck, Amel? So anyways, I asked for a little bit of guidance the other night. And I had like the most amazing dream ever, and I'm like, maybe I should do that more often because usually if I just go to bed, like I'm always getting this bad shit, the nightmares and stuff. But that was a good night, and so ever since then, I've been feeling a lot better. It's made the week a lot less stressful, but boy, has it been a long week. So, guys, if you're wondering why we're sitting here just chit chatting for this hour, it's because we tired.
We are.
I'm tired, at least.
Emotionally tired. The paranormal's made me tired lately.
Tired of work.
I'm always tired of work.
Tired of working. Tired of just want to I need vacation. Is my thing.
Yeah, so. I have to wait till I get my vacation days back, which is just about a month and 10 days away. I can do it.
Which is amazing that you get so much. Like I'm looking forward to. That's one nice thing about my employer is we get a lot of time off.
Yep, I will get my 5 weeks in like 40 days.
That's awesome. Like I wish more employers would give people like 5 weeks instead of.
Yeah, but I've also lived there I've also been there over half my life too.
You have lived there half your life.
Yeah, I pretty much do live there. I'm there more than I'm at home. So.
Emil, since you're watching, which by the way, these are coming from your page, Brad.
Oh, so is it working now?
Yeah, it must be.
Sweet, we fixed it.
Emil, where the heck have you been? Because I've seen all your posts lately. It looks like you've been doing some exploring, dude. Like, tell us what the heck are you up to?
Yeah, I want to hear about Bushy Mountain because I kind of want to go down there.
I've been seeing quite a bit of them exploring, so I love seeing you guys' posts. By the way,
did you take Buckeyes? That's if you've ever investigated with Emil, he is one of the best bakers I've ever been friends with. He makes the best Buckeyes. He makes the best cookies. He brings them to almost every investigation or event. Like I ate so many at the gathering, I was like ready to be sick by the end.
There were 120 at Mansfield.
Wow.
That's awesome. I love that. Like you always got to bring a friend like that investigating because I'm not going to be that friend for one because I'm not a good cook. I don't like to cook, but definitely got to bring friends like that.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, if you're bored, Emil, you can join us.
Yeah, we can send you the link and you can come on live.
You can link and everybody can see our face.
Well, I'm glad to know that maybe it is working on my page now. So that's awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's a couple on here that come from your page. So definitely, yes, Scott was, and this other person was.
Because according to what I'm seeing, it still shows that I can't.
Well, so. It shows on my end. I couldn't tell you which page. I couldn't tell if it's your personal or your page, but
yeah,
it is showing.
Yep. Emil says he's on mine, so cool. At least it's fixed.
Yes. So, yeah. So, what events you have coming up? I heard you might have some events too.
Me? I'm thinking about going. There's one up in Wisconsin the first weekend of June 1st, that I kind of want to go to. I kind of like I'm interested on the page, and then Robin Terry's like, I hope you really come. I can't wait to see you. So I'm like, damn, now I really want to go.
Now you really want to go.
Yeah. I'm like, I've never been to Wisconsin, so I can mark that off my travel list. So I forget the name of the event. It's Spring something Paracon. So.
Oh, is it like one of those spirits in the spring or spring in the spirits ones?
Yes. Did you see Emil's thing?
Yes, you're getting an invite. Oh man, he's gonna go on a tangent now.
That's okay. We still got 25 minutes to fill, so.
You literally wrote just a kill night of chatting, Brett.
No, whatever. I was using my laptop. has a mind of its own. Like I can't access Facebook on my laptop. It always just comes up with "There's something wrong. We'll fix it," and it never does.
What the heck is going on with my stuff? Oh, hold on. What the fuck is this doing? Ask.
Can I just forward him the one you sent me?
Yes, you can. It's the same link.
Okay.
You have to figure out the webcam on your computer. Is it a webcam or is it a computer desktop? Or do you have a laptop?
I just sent it to you in Facebook Messenger, Emil.
Yeah, my messenger is all whacked. It says I have to sync stuff.
Weird. Maybe it's those eyes and ears.
Oh no. I'm so scared.
Yeah, me too.
I feel violated. I feel stalked.
Oh yeah, me too. That's why I have so many people blocked.
Man, I wish I had that much time on my hands.
Right? I got too many other investigations and ideas floating around in my head to focus on other negative people like that. It's just
yeah.
But I will be tuning into some podcasts next week. My European podcast that was supposed to be tomorrow must not be happening because I went back in my Facebook Messenger from the person who sent it to me, and now it just says Facebook user. So I can't contact the person. So
yeah. Yeah, where are you nerds going sometime soon? What do you mean? Are you talking about investigation-wise?
We're going to Lynn Church in like a couple weeks. You should come.
Yeah, I might have spots open, and I don't profit off of it, so
right.
Literally, we'll split the cost.
And we are going to be going to Randolph County in June too. So it's a Friday night.
Yes, it is a Friday night, which kind of sucks, but I prefer Saturday investigations. That's all right.
I've been to Bobby Mackey's. I will never go back to that place.
Bobby Mackey's?
Yeah, Travis mentioned Bobby Mackey's. I've been there, seen it, got the T-shirt.
Got the T-shirt.
Don't really plan on going back.
Love Lynn, yeah.
Yeah, and we're looking forward to Lynn. I've been looking forward to Lynn since I found out Dan bought it. So.
Yeah, which there's still church up on me. I still think if he's in the business of buying churches.
Right.
So, yep, she's going with us.
Oh, yep. Randolph's going to be fun. My friend Jeff's coming with us, and that's his all-time favorite place. Like, he's been there more than any other location that he's ever investigated. So,
I'm looking forward to that. I haven't investigated with Jeff in a minute. Look at this guy.
Hey, it's Emil.
Is that? Can you talk to us or no? Mike.
You might be able to hear me. Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you now.
Heyo. Okay, so let me see. Okay, there we go. I can see on. He's my first time. Be gentle. So we went to. God, that's a mess. Don't pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
That's why I have the blur on, because it's a mess back here.
And that's why I have mine like faced up at my face. So
I gotcha. Yeah. So we had a 3-day ordeal in Tennessee, and we went to the first night. We went to Brushy Mountain, and we stayed 30 minutes away. And then we stayed 30 minutes away, and the lady's like, "Oh, well, I don't know where you're staying." We're like, "Yeah, we don't know either." But we were in Harriman, Tennessee. It's where we were staying. So we went to the pizza place, and we were talking to the pizza place lady, and she was like, "Where are you guys staying in town?" I was like, "Oh, we're at this Airbnb, which is attached to a candy shop." And like the cool thing is, I actually have some candy from that place. Like they leave a bag of candy on your bed, and then she was like, "Oh, well, my husband, the guy who owns the pizza place, his brother owns the candy shop and the B&B." So there's like, yeah, and they're like, "We've been here for forever. We were born at that hospital right over there." We're like, "What hospital?" They're just like, "That old hospital, like they closed it down, but there's a new one, but there's an old one right behind it." We're like, "Oh." And they're just like, "Okay." I was like, "What's the name of the hospital?" They're like, "It's Harmon Hospital." And I was just like, "I've heard that name before." And she's like, "Yeah, they do ghost stuff there now." And I'm just like, when I tell you, like, I could take a pebble and go like this, I could hit the building. That's how close it was.
Wow.
And
Really?
if you haven't heard of it, it's Harmon Hospital,
Yeah, she needs
Harr.
to. You need to
Yeah.
add that to your list probably because that's
Well,
not
It is
what I've
on
ever
my
heard.
list.
Oh, it is.
yeah,
Okay,
I'm
good.
pretty
I've never
sure
heard of
it
that
is.
one.
yeah. So like the I was like, I've heard of that place before. So we stayed there, but we drove back into Brushy Mountain, and there was only 2 of us because no one wanted to go, so we had the entire place to 2 people.
Wow.
You and Paula.
Yeah, and
Fun.
yeah, it was cool, but it makes me vomit at the the fact that there was only 2. So, but it was cool because like you didn't have to worry about um, EVP noise.
Contamination, right?
That's the word. So you didn't have to worry about that. So like first night was there, and I actually got some EVPs from inside there, and I hardly ever listen and record, so it was cool to have some finally.
Yeah, you sent me some of them, didn't you?
I think I only sent you Post Town. It's the only one I sent you.
Oh, yeah, you sent me the Post Town ones. Yes.
Yeah, the one at Post Town is stupid good.
It is stupid
Really?
good.
It literally sounds like a real person in the room, and none of
Yeah,
us were there for it.
it's nuts.
That's awesome.
The other cool thing was like at Brushy Mountain, I put the record. We were in the cafeteria. I put the recorder at the end of like the lunch line, and we were in the middle of talking, and the recorder picked up a loud smack, which I would imagine is just like a metal lunch tray, and it was so loud it echoed, and none of us skipped a beat. We weren't like, "What's that noise? Like, what's this?" And it's just like, "Oh, well, my recording got that, so that's cool." So moving on, go as fast as I can because whatever. Yeah. So then the next night, I'll just tell you, I no longer believe in coincidences. Like I don't know how you guys feel about that with coincidences in the world.
I mean,
Um,
I have feelings about that.
Okay.
What's up, John?
Hey, John. I can't see the private
Yeah, you
chat
can
and
change it up.
Oh wow, it's all the way over here on the right. I see
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Right over here.
There's people saying
I'll be
hello.
at Brushy the 26th. Okay. What's up, John? Travis Atkins. So excited for Randolph. Now I can see everything. Wow. Okay. So then we went the next day, we went to the Thomas House, which is in Red Boiling Springs, Tennessee.
Okay.
We went with Ghost Hunt Weekends, and they provide you. Yeah, it's Chad something. He's usually with the Wraith Chasers, but they weren't there at that time or whatever. So it was Chad and some guy, Julio from Florida. Like he drove up for that weekend.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, and like they have a whole crew, but they provide you dinner, and then you ghost hunt, and then there was only like 5 of us that actually stayed up and ghost hunt, and it was like I was like, "Hey man, let's get a group picture," and he's just like, "I usually like to wait for bigger groups for pictures," and I was like, I was like, "Listen, man,
wow.
if it were me, and you like put up a big group picture, I'm gonna be like, I'm not interested because you put too many people in a building."
Right.
So I was like, it's gonna, maybe you'll get somebody else who has the same feeling. So, anyways, we did some ghost stuff there. They actually got a picture of a shadow person.
That's always cool.
And like it was taller than me, and I'm 5'9" and because like we tried to like put a person where the shadow was to like to make it happen again.
Right.
Yeah, and it was just like and it was like a broader person than me and taller. And again, I'm not a small dude, but so that was kind of cool. I have yet to go to the recording. There was like a large outburst of emotion that happened that evening from one of the staff members. Really nice lady, but they were trying to figure out what was going on within the story, and like we started getting answers, and like so she got like entangled in. Yeah, she did.
So Spirit got involved in that, or
I don't even know.
Spirit caused it, or
I think she just was like, it was like angry tears of like, why did you do it type thing, and
Mm.
yeah, it was. We were getting answers and like names and stuff, and because like they had never gotten a name before there. So here's where the part where we get into like the I no longer believe in coincidences, right? So we are we are. He's like, oh, check this out. And he's like going through his evidence, and he's like, check out this picture of this girl. She's walking across the bridge out front because there's a church across the street that's like kind of collapsing, that apparently like they had footage of like the door opening on its own, like full blast swing open, and not just like a creak open, but like busting into the room open. I was like, oh, that's kind of a cool video, if it's not staged, of course, as always. So he's like, check out this picture of this girl, and she's walking across the bridge, and you can actually see somebody that's not with her, like a full, like black mass of a person, and then it's even casting a shadow too, but there was no one there, and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. So then the next day, since we did 3 in a row,
That's exhausting and fun at the same time.
yeah, we have found out that 3 is a very hard time to do. 2 is pretty okay, but the third day is kind of a drag.
Yep.
So she called this a recon mission, and it was like we were just doing like, how do we feel about the places? Like, how good is it going to be for other people, so that she can be like,
future
okay,
events.
Yes. So then we go to South Pittsburgh, the old South Pittsburgh Hospital, which is we find out is also owned by the same guy who owns Harriman Hospital. His name's Ronnie, I think. Really nice guy, and he's like, if you guys think this is good, you need to go to the hospital. I'm just like, you're right, man. Because like we were when we went to the hospital just to like check it out, like they had a Ring doorbell, so like I like introduced myself and like waved and stuff, because like he's gonna get a video of that. He's like, right. Oh, you're the guy from the doorbell. I was just like, yeah, that's me. So we're standing.
I can totally see you doing that too.
No doubt. So we're standing in line, and mind you, this is South Pittsburgh Hospital. Have you guys ever been?
She has. I have not.
What's your general opinion of the place?
Well, when I went, it was with like 10 so people.
Mm-hmm.
It was certain floors were better than others, certain areas were better than others.
Mm-hmm.
There was a little bit of noise from the residents that lived there. I don't know if people still live there.
No, they don't anymore.
There was people living there at the time. They had dogs. The dog would bark. Like,
oh wow! So still apartments.
But otherwise, it was a good experience.
Okay. So you said you only had like 10 people. So I'm going to give you the rundown, and this is why I don't believe in coincidences anymore, because like I was already on the fence. So 40 people.
Oh my God.
40. And I was like kind of upset about it. I was like, there's going to be 40 people. Because like I had been there before, and we only had like 10, and it was like good. But I was like, man, 40 people, that's going to suck. But like I started trying to go into things with a better mindset of not like already being angry about that idea, because like, so there was like 40 people, and we're in line, and we're just talking to, there was a couple in front of us, and we're just like, hey, so you guys been here before? They're just like, I don't even remember, because that's not relevant anymore. But it was like, I was like, we just went to the Thomas house last night. And they're just like, oh yeah, we've been there. I was like, oh, what'd you guys think of it? They're just like, yeah, it was pretty good. And I'll leave out any bad details if they didn't have a good time for whatever reasons. But they said, yeah, it was pretty good. They said, they actually got a picture of me, and I was going across the bridge, and they caught something of me going across the bridge. And now, mind you, we were 2 hours away from those locations, like in between. So we met the girl from the picture, and it wasn't even like it was like a recent picture. It was like we just so happened to be in the same place. And they're just like, yeah. So I was going across the bridge, and they took a picture of me, and they got it. And I was like, they just showed us that picture like last night. So
yeah.
That was kind of cool.
Yeah, I don't believe in coincidences either. My nephew's dad, back in like 91, 92, was in a really horrible car wreck in New Year's Eve. And the guy that was in the wreck with him was like all messed up, the other car. One time at Kings Island, I'm in line for one of the rides, and the guy in front of us is telling him about this car wreck.
What?
And it was the dude from the other car.
Oh my God.
It was the weirdest thing ever. I'm like, my parents and I were like looking at each other. We're like, we know this car wreck.
What, dude?
Yeah.
That's as crazy as like, I mean, it's a movie we like, because we did 2 nights at OSR, And like we went one night and there was only 14 of us, and somehow we still ran into each other like an abundance of times, and it's like that's 250,000 square feet of like building. How?
Right.
So we watched Shawshank, and like the coincidence of Shawshank was like the kid who was like, oh no, I might know who it might have actually murdered your wife, and the whole reason why you're in jail right now is because of this guy. And then they go and like off that guy. Spoiler alert. But it's just like, yeah, man, coincidences, like that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I haven't gone over recordings for any of those places besides Brushy Mountain, the cafeteria. And then we did this, like I said, 2 nights at OSR. That the second night had 35 people, and there was people like all like concerned that there was going to be too many people, and like Brandy on my UPP team, she was like, I've been there with 250 people, and that was like the Nick Groff experience. And she said we still had a great time. So like I don't know why these people are worrying. So yeah, had a lot of people who were like kind of like, oh my god, there's so many people. It's just like, well, it's $3,000 for a weekend there.
Right.
So 30 people makes it, feasible.
Right.
So
I have a funny OSR story. So I was there during a daytime tour, and we're just walking around looking at all the cells and just walking, and then they make an announcement over the PA system. It sounded like the teacher from Charlie Brown.
Wah, 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 wah.
Exactly. Exactly what it sounded like. So then I just continue walking, and I keep seeing fewer and fewer and fewer people until we get down to there's 4 of us walking around one whole side of the jail, and then we're like, we might want to go back. Well, we get to the door that we came in, and it is now padlocked from the other side. They made some kind of announcement that they were having some event and everyone needed to exit, but they made it once and it sounded like Charlie Brown's teacher, so I didn't know what it was. So I literally was locked in on one side of the jail with 2 other people, or 3 other people, and we're like, how do we get out of here now? So we had to go down one of the stairs that were chained off because there was no other way to get to the ground floor.
Wow.
And that was in the middle of the day.
So with OSR, they are in one of the sections. They're actually doing a lot of work there right now, and they're putting an escape room in. I was like, man, I mean, I get making money, but good God, so many. I guess Eloise does the same thing where they've got an escape room section.
Oh, really?
I've never been up to Eloise.
So part of like some of the, like, we'll call them the regulars, pretty cool people. I don't know if you met them or not, but Michael and Jennifer, they are up from Michigan and they come down to do stuff. And well, he actually lives in Wilmington, Ohio, and she lives in Michigan, so like they just commute to one another like on the weekends. And like she actually, while we were together, got hired on as a staff member for Eloise as well. So
nice.
She's going to be like a paid employee to like do the stuff as well as like the haunt season of things.
Yeah.
Which they actually just had some of the, they had to open up their schedule. So like we just had openings open up to go to some places as well. One of them is the house in Rhode Island, if you are aware.
The house in Rhode Island.
The Conjuring House?
Yeah, that one. I was trying to be mysterious. I don't know. And then I think some like a Tuesday night thing. If I don't know if you saw it or not, Brad. On the
I see lots of stuff.
Yeah, dude, it's nonstop, really. So yeah, there's like 2 spots that opened up on a Tuesday night. Waverly, private investigation.
I've been to Waverly 3 times privately.
Yeah, I agree with you.
It's just not my place.
It's a cool building to see.
And I've had cool stuff happen.
Yeah.
It's just not, it's not entertaining to me.
I think there's
I went with you guys, and then I went 2 times before that, and it's just not my deal.
I went for a public, and I had fun. So
I had fun. It's just not. I don't know. I just don't get as excited and entertained by it as some locations.
Yeah. Dude, I tell you what.
The first time I was at Waverly, we had 9 people for the entire night.
That's awesome. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Dude, I get more I'll give you an entertainment value. I get more entertainment from like residentials than I do from like big named places. Because like you're helping somebody at that point.
Right.
And like, dude, the stuff that bumps in the night is you're gonna find more so at a residential than like at a normal place. Yeah, dude, pay to play for sure. Right. We were at this girl, she had been moved in for like less than 90 days at an apartment. And this just happened over the weekend, and like her boyfriend was seeing, and like he's like a country boy will survive kind of guy. So like for him to be kind of spooked out was like kind of something, but he was like seeing a full on apparition of a lady like in this apartment, and like so much that they like packed up all their stuff and were like, we're leaving, because like he couldn't deal with it. So like he was like, we went over there, and dude, Michael, he pulled out his K2, and it was spiking orange just in ambient air, and like we found like a wall socket that was just emitting like ridiculous amounts of K2 like into the atmosphere. Like we didn't have a millimeter to give you like the specific breakdown on like this.
Right.
Yeah, so like it was on like one side of the wall, which was like one bedroom, and it also went to the other side of the wall. So like that entire area was like just riddled with EMF. We're just like, well, if you're like sensitive to, you know, EMF, you could be having problems yourself. But
yeah, I had a private home down here in Indy, and we went down to their basement, and their basement was just a giant fear cage. We determined that their entire house was grounded to one screw that was just screwed into the wall, and we could put a millimeter to it, and it pegged it. Like it just went dot, 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 dot.
Oh, God. It didn't even give a reading?
It didn't even give a reading. And then my dumb ass actually touched it, and it shocked me so bad, it actually left a scar on my finger.
You'll remember it for forever?
I will remember that forever, yes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It does, because I've heard that story a couple times.
That is, it is the weirdest. And the people were like, hey, we went upstairs and we were like, you got to get this fixed. Your house could burn down. And then we heard back from them, and they had no paranormal activity afterwards.
Dang. That's crazy. I was trying to think of anything else. Like, we went to.
Like you guys been busy.
Sister, let me tell you, I have a weekend off this weekend, so like I'm just chilling. Yeah, so like there's brisket that's gonna be smoked tomorrow, and like I might make some brownies tonight, like actual brownies, not special brownies, because like right.
We're coming to Emil's house this weekend. And then I got everything else I had planned.
Dude, right? What do you guys got going on?
I'm doing a private residence Friday night of a fellow investigator.
Okay.
So she's been having weird stuff happen. She just moved into the house a few months ago. So.
Oh, I was gonna say, does she think she brought something home, or it's something that's there?
We think it was something that's already in the house.
Okay. Listen, I've been watching The Dead Files. Like, it's my binge watch, and it's the only show that I give credit to, because I'm like, if it's real, then it's the only show that actually, you know, should matter, because it's like you take someone who knows nothing and somebody else who knows nothing equally, and then they come together and they're just like, hey.
Right.
So I've been watching a crap ton of that, and like, dude, it helps. I think I like to do it because it helps validate my thoughts and like things that I see and encounter. I'm just like, wait a minute. So like, if I see this happening here, like that's a common thing that you can see. When she tells me she sees things that look like gargoyles and whatnot, I'm like, oh, I've seen things like that before. I just thought it was in my head.
Now is I know Amy Allen's that way. Is the new girl that way too?
Cindy Gaza, I haven't got to her yet.
Okay.
I'm only on season 9 or 10. Vaguely. I gotcha. I guess Cindy Gaza does her own drawings, so like it doesn't go through a sketch artist. She just draws them herself.
That's kind of cool.
She pulls a Brad and just pulls out a piece of paper and starts drawing. I have a picture of Brad. He's like, "Don't talk to me. I need to draw this right now." I'm just like, "All right, Brad." I just like take a picture of Brad while he's like doing his thing. I'm like, well, I get to take a picture of Brad doing stuff. So
yep.
Is that on a hunt? You did that, Brad?
Yeah,
I think so. I forget where it was.
It was Randolph.
Oh, it was Randolph with Paula and
and crew. Yeah,
and crew. Yeah, that was the night we were down in the room that had all the mirrors, and we kept seeing the crazy things like walking in and swinging from the door frame, and that was a nut.
I wasn't there for that. I was somewhere else, so I didn't get to see all that.
That was a nutty night. Yes.
Yeah. So
I'm looking forward to walking that property. That's my plan.
Yeah.
Have you never been?
She's never been. So when we go,
I'm going to do a walkthrough, like I do for residentials and stuff.
I gotcha.
Yeah. So we're going there in June, right? June 11th.
No, it's Friday.
Friday. Yeah.
Oh my God, why?
Oh my God, I'm trying to think. We had a girl named Lydia, I think was her name, and she gave like the tour. She was pretty good.
Yeah, we are not getting a tour.
I gotcha.
I told them I've been there enough that I don't need the tour.
It's fair.
I didn't want a TED tour that's 4 hours long, so
yeah.
That's fair too, because like he'll talk to you a lot.
Yeah. When I booked it, I'm like, we don't want a tour.
I gotcha. Did you guys do the? Did you take them up on any of their church places yet?
We went to Center Church.
We just went to Center Church.
I think I watched the recap of that video because I missed the chat that night.
Yeah, and then we're doing Lynn Church in 2 weeks.
Yep.
I don't know what that is. I tend to not know what any of them are.
Lynn is their newest church that they own.
Okay.
Do you know Jim Jones is?
The childhood church of Jim Jones. The cult leader.
I only know of him through other people that have been there.
Oh, okay.
So I don't really know.
Yeah, he grew up in Lynn, then he became a preacher and had a church here in Indianapolis for a while. Then he went to California and got a little nutty, and then went to South America.
That tends to happen there in California.
And drank Kool-Aid and had a grand old time.
So we will have Kool-Aid that night.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But Jim Jones didn't even drink the Kool-Aid. Jim Jones didn't even technically kill himself. He had someone shoot him. So
I've only
What a coward.
Right.
It takes more will to do it yourself, I guess.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's a lot harder to do that.
Right. Well, thank you, Emil, for joining us tonight.
Yeah, it was a lot easier than me typing up all of that.
Right.
Yeah.
But definitely send her that audio from Post Town, because that was nuts.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Do you don't even need a headset to hear the one from Post Town.
Really?
But like, I just, because I'm new to the EVP world, like I'll have these things blasted and I'll be like holding them like this and like, oh yeah, I can hear that. And then I like, here, listen to this. And I play it on my phone. People are like, what? I'm just like, it's there, I promise. So it's like,
yeah.
But that one, you don't even need a headphone. And it's literally like, it's an intelligent response to like what we're doing. We're just introducing ourselves and like saying our names. And then it comes in, it's just like, I'm here. And then it says their name. And it's just like,
oh, wow.
And none of us knew.
And I forgot to ask you, what part of the building were you in?
So there's a room when you go upstairs. It's on the same floor as the doll room. It was the nurse's room, I guess.
Okay.
It's like the darkest room because there's like no windows in there.
Yep. Yeah. I know exactly where you're at.
Yeah.
Just to the left of the top of the stairs. Like if you go up those stairs at the front, around the corner to the left.
Yes. Yeah. Somewhere over there.
Yep.
It's somewhere around Bob, I think. I can't remember. Bob being the dummy. I don't remember. Listen, I could get there. I could get there if I was in the building. So I don't know. But yeah, I'll send you that one. It's just a quick little like 15 seconds.
All right. I'll check it out. Awesome. Well, thanks again. And to everybody that tuned in tonight, we appreciate you all for joining us. And we hope that next week we'll see you all again.
And
Brad?
stay on Emil after the show. We usually chat after the show.
Oh, this stays open?
Yes. we just closed the stream part of it.
The broadcast. I roger that.
Because a lot of people just jump off immediately. So
that's true.
And we're like, no. All right. With that said, everybody, have a good night.
Yep. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, guys.